Hello dear students, hope you all are doing well. So let's start a new lecture, a new topic that is called functions of an entrepreneur. And this is something important and you are reading it very first time. The entrepreneur has lot of functions. Uh, Functions means you can understand like a role of an entrepreneur, and we will discuss different aspects regarding that role. The very first is called the first function called entrepreneurial functions. So as an entrepreneur, what are the functions that you have to do, to the basic things that you have to do to become an entrepreneur? The first is called entrepreneurial functions, and it has subcategories. The first is called organization building and management. So you can understand, like suppose you can assume like you are running a business, you are owning a business, or you want to become an entrepreneur. So what are the basic things that you will do to establish the entrepreneurship or to establish your business? So you should do those functions. So first category in that functions is called entrepreneurial functions, and there are subcategories. The first is organization building and management. Organization building is about bringing together different factors of production and allocating these resources to bring down cost and losses. All decisions relating to an enterprise are taken by the entrepreneur, and entrepreneur builds the organization by taking various steps such as hiring employees, organizing the factors of production, sourcing, finance, etc. Now thing is, when you will run a business, so you will first think about that what type of business do you need or do you want to own, what products do you will you need for that particular business. Are you manufacturing products, or you are the one who is selling the products, or are you the one who will selling these services? So when you decide the type of business that you want to do, then you will also think of how much money you want to invest onto it, or how many employees do you need. If you need an employees, what skills those employees should possess. So all these factors are taken into consideration in the first part when you organize organization building, and when you do organizing building and management. Second, risk taking. Risk taking is about taking responsibility and planning for a loss or mishap that may occur in the future due to unforeseen contingencies. Some common risks entrepreneurs take are around return on investment, hiring of new employees, working with vendors, etc. An entrepreneur plays the function of developing a certain risk-taking appetite and taking calculated risk to reduce adverse consequences. So initially, as we discussed in the classroom also, like entrepreneurship is about taking calculated risks. So when we talk about risks, so the main factors in the risk involves the risk of losing money or the risk of losing important employees. So when your business does not go well, how will you manage, or how will you face that particular conditions or a situation? So for that purpose, you need to take the calculated risk, or you need to take the steps or proactive actions. You have to consider those situations before, that what if this happens with your company or with your business, then what are you going to do? How will you manage the situations? Like for example, in the lockdown, during this lockdown, because of this COVID-19 outbreak, many businesses, have lost their profits, and they are into enormous amount of depth. Many employees have lost their job, and many companies have to remove their execute their employees. So the company has to prepare for all the risks. Why it has written unforeseen? Because you do not know what is going to happen later. It may be all of a sudden that your product may go well, or it may be flop, or some other company brings in the product and their products goes very well. Then the situation will not go well. So for all these situations, you have to be mentally prepared and be mentally strong. Next, called innovation. Entrepreneurship innovate Entrepreneurs innovate by introducing new concepts, products, services, designs, ideas, etc. They may introduce something new and innovative in any branch of economic activity. In today's world, a new business cannot survive and sustain without innovating in some manner. An entrepreneur foresees a potentially profitable opportunity and innovates in. So the situation is that you must have experienced it. Innovates in business. Maybe the last word will be business. So when you must have seen this quite often, that there are every week or every month new smartphones are launched. So suppose there is a company X and a company Y. You want to purchase a phone, so you compare the phones, like what features the phone X has, or what features the phone Y has. So if a company brings another phone, for example, phone Z, for example, now you will see what features it has, or how much innovation it has included into a new phone, right? So the today's business is all about innovation and creativity, and how the products can benefit the society in cheaper cost, and also can provide a lot many functions. Second, so as entrepreneurial functions, you can organize. It is about organization building and management, or risk taking and innovation. Now, what will you do for promotional functions? How will you promote your business? First, idea discovery. The first step towards entrepreneurship is discovery of a business idea. An entrepreneur comes up with a business idea and thinks about ways to implement it. It is about seeking opportunities for a specific type of business and finding ways to commercialize on it. Usually, entrepreneurs work around the process of idea discovery by exploiting natural resources, finding a market need, or calculating the profit potential. One of the disadvantages of entrepreneurship is that the greed that it brings in, or the greed that ensue with owning a business. What is that greed? The greed is to earn profit. So when that greed happens, so entrepreneur become maniac about their company, their products, and their services. So they may use fraud ways to earn money. Anyways, even if you do not use the fraud ways, but there is a greed to earn money. So what you will do? You will find out the ideas that can put into your business, and your business go well. So for promotional functions, you need new ideas. Next, called detailed investigation. Now, we have already discussed it. When you want to run a business, you will first investigate or do the research of the customers of your business, of your employees, or what kind of employees do you need. So all this comes into detailed investigation. While coming up with the ideas can seem like an easy process, the challenge is to understand the idea has the potential to turn into a viable business venture. So if you find out an idea, or if you get some ideas to run your business, then you will investigate on those ideas whether those ideas can work for you or not. So you will see the practical implementation of those ideas, and if you implement them, what will be the financial implications, how much money you will need to invest, or where you will have to invest. So this detailed investigation is required. Now when you have put the ideas into the business, and you have investigated everything in detail, now you will assemble the requirements for the business. Some basic business requirements include the infrastructure or office space, human resources, key vendors or partners, working capital, etc. In a manufacturing or product-based business, some requirements are selecting the factory site, sourcing plant and machinery, hiring a staff, finding the right suppliers, etc. No matter what is the type of the business, an entrepreneur has to work towards assembling and organizing all the requirements once he or she is sure about the practicality and profitability of the proposition. Once this function is performed, the project is set to start smoothly. So you have got idea, you have invested in detail whether this idea can work or not. Suppose the answer is yes. Yes, the idea that you have you have thought of will work for your business. Now you will assemble the requirements. Now if you want to run a business, so what you need an infrastructure. You will find out what type of office you need, where you need the office, what kind of employee do you need, who will be your partners. You will search for partners. You will hire the employees. You will hire everything that is required for your business. So you will collect everything required for that business. Now once it has done, that's called financing. Raising capital for a business is one of the core functions of entrepreneurs perform themselves. Now once if you have set everything, or you have figured out everything about your business, now you need money to start that business. So it's not like running a tea shop. So higher the business, higher the risk, higher the capital, higher the profit. So everything depends on the intensity of the business that you are running, the scale of business that you are running. So the thing is that you will have to raise the capital for your business. So you need what? You need investors. Not just as an initial stage of the business, but even to grow and scale the business. First, the requirements of finances are estimated. Next, the sources from which capital will come are determined. This includes calculating the long-term and short-term financial requirements and considering the debt-equity ratio. Now, please understand this. If you have established an idea that this idea will work for my business, then you will do the detailed investigations of that particular idea, whether that can be converted into practicality or not, how much money you can earn from it. Once you have done and you are sure about it that your idea will go very well, then you will assemble the requirements. Requirements means any requirements that you need for your business, whether it is manufacturing based business or product based business or service based business. Whatever the business is, you have to assemble the requirements. And once you have everything assembled or figured out that what you all need or what type of infrastructure you will need, so what you will do, you will find out money to build your business. You will find out the investors for your business, be it a bank or your friend or somebody else, and you will find out how you will go uh, for the long run or a short term. Like if you want to own a money for a few months or a few years, or what if your business expands, or what if you want to expand your business in some other areas. So everything is to be calculated. It's not just once to be calculated. This financial situation is to be calculated, every day or every month or in every situation that you face, that from where you will get the money, or how will you manage the money. So in this part, the functions of entrepreneurship, we read two categories. One is called entrepreneurial functions and second is called promotional functions. We will move to next part, next type of function in next lecture. Till then, bye bye, take care and see you soon.